Hello again. It's still Monday, June 9th. And I did a meditation yesterday, and a few things came in that I just wanted to document here. I have some notes. Um, I wish I had more information about exactly what this might mean, but I just saw very, very quick flashes of what looked like the top of, like the tower portion top of a US naval ship. Well, let me say it this way. I saw the flash images of like the top tower on top of a ship with this sensing knowledge that it had to do with a US naval ship. I even tried to look up pictures of different US naval ships and what they look like. I couldn't quite suss out. It felt possible aircraft carrier, but not necessarily. I think that I was led that direction because several weeks ago, when there was an F-14, F-15, I don't know, fighter plane that fell off of an aircraft carrier, several days after that, I had a meditation where I saw the end, like the end portion of an aircraft carrier in my meditation. And I think I even said to my husband, I'm like, there's no way that another plane is going to fall off an aircraft carrier. And it was like the next day, it happened a second time. So I'm documenting that I saw, I'm not even sure that it's an aircraft carrier, but you know how there's that like tower part at the top of a ship with the sensing knowledge, like I said, of a US naval ship. So something showing up in the news, something notable in the news about a US naval ship. I didn't get any other information about it. The protests that are happening that went on this weekend, of course, LA is the biggest part of the news. I did also see that there were some protests happening in New York. I don't think nearly to the degree that's happening in LA and Southern California, but it actually came up showing and feeling like we might see something similar, at least to some degree, showing up in a city that's like not as typical. You know, it's like you see the LA and the, you know, Southern California kind of stuff. You see the New York, you may even see something like Chicago or whatever. This felt like a little less expected. It felt like western half of the US, possibly even in the region of the Rockies. So I don't know if we'd be looking at something like Denver or Salt Lake City or like something where it's just not as typical to see a disruption of some sort, like protests or political violence. Can I say that word on here without getting flagged? This is for entertainment purposes only. I have no evidence or facts. It's ridiculous we have to say stuff like this just so that we don't get flagged warnings or get our video taken down. So anyway, take that for what it is. I also was just kind of like looking at the global map, and I'm going to put a word here. This region, this country, showed up. It flashed in red. It lit up in red, I should say. It lit up in red for me. And the sense around it was with everything that the US has going on, they may take advantage of that to be an aggressor of some sort. And full disclosure, I have heard, I think, one astrologer say that it wouldn't be surprising to see someone take advantage. I think if I recall, that particular astrologer was talking more in like the Middle Eastern region, but for some reason China, I just said it, lit up for me. Oh well. Again, I have no evidence. Okay, fine. And then on June 1st, I also had a meditation. I'm going to throw caution to the wind, and I'm going to trust my guides, and I'm going to put this information out there because this doesn't make sense about why it would show up the way that it did. It felt like this all happened like boom at the same time. It felt like news. It's so confusing. It was volcano / tsunami / earthquake. And at the same time, I received and saw the number 2.6. And I was like, that don't make no sense. Because 2.6 is like nothing. I don't know what that means. I don't know why it would happen that way. So I'm just going to say, and I even tried to ask, like, is it 26, which that in a measurement for those, but I was like, maybe the 26th of a month, maybe it's, a different measurement or a date or a number relating to something else, but it was 2.6 and I don't know what that means. So I'm just going to say it. And then at the same time that day, I don't even know that these are in relation to each other, but I was brought to the east coast of the African continent. So, like, that just kept like highlighting for me. And again, I don't know that it's in relation to that because they kind of came in with some space between them, a little separate. But just watch that coastal area. And just sitting here, it feels sort of, I feel like there's a reason I keep doing kind of that curve and down, at least a bit. So, yeah, and I'm getting kind of some weird, okay, so I don't know, watch for news showing up there. My meditations have been interesting recently where I'm getting like very tiny little drops without much more around it. And so again, it's what shows up in the headlines. It's what blasts out there for people to see. Take that for what it's worth. And I think that's all I've got for now. So we're just gonna go with it. Thanks. I'll talk to you guys later. Okay, bye.